It's a great pleasure today to catch up with one of our finest. He's the Chairman and Chief Executive of AEG Ogden. AEG Ogden, we've got the Brisbane Entertainment Centre, we've got Woolloongabba, you name it, they've got it. The empire just grows and grows. Harvey Lister, welcome.
Hi Donna, thank you.
How did you get started in the entertainment business? Because you cover entertainment, sport, conventions, events. It's a big cross-section of what you do. What was your first job out of school?
And I started in the Maya Valley store, sitting up in a little radio booth, doing store promos for things that were on sale. And I'd been there 2 weeks, and he asked me to come out for the opening of Brookside Shopping Centre. And as we arrived there, the PR manager walked up and resigned. This is too much stress, and I can't do this. And so Desmond looked at me and said, well, young man, you have yourself a shopping centre. In working in shopping centres, again, we worked a lot with radio stations, and it was David Greenwood from 4IP, the breakfast announcer, who approached me at a promotion at Brookside Shopping Centre and said, you really should come and work with us in radio. And that was the era where Australian bands first started to tour.
Countdown would have helped that.
Countdown was huge, and we were just so lucky to have just hit the ground at that time. And the first major Australian act that came to us was Sherbet, so Roger Davies, who's still one of our great friends today. He manages Pink, and he's managed Janet Jackson, he still manages Sade and Cher, had Tina Turner.
Right.
And it was at the time these acts were first touring, so there was no rule book. There was actually nothing to follow, so we actually had to make it up as we went along. Got a hire car, put some big stickers down the side, set of speakers on the rooftop on surfboard racks with an endless tape, and then went back with the tour and took it through. Sold the cordial at the front door, sold the tickets, jumped on a box and pushed the follow spot during the show. Then I'd sit there signing black and white photographs ready for the merchandising tomorrow night. Love Daryl, love Garth.
You've obviously had a lot of passion in life, all through life, because that does make a big deal in how you achieve in business. Speaking of passion, how did you meet your wife?
Well, I was working at 4IP in 1974. And so Marg flew into Brisbane as an 18-year-old on the last flight into Brisbane before Brisbane Airport was closed for the 74 floods.
Right.
And we were running a community program to help people who were in the floods. And Marg arrived at the radio station that afternoon, so we met then at the radio station.
4 children, adult children now, of course. How have you mixed family life with such a busy business life?
Yeah, that bit hasn't been easy, and fortunately we were able to arrange it so Marg could stay home and be there for the children, and I couldn't have built the business without her being able to do that. All
right, you did not start out as a Catholic, but you are Catholic now. How did that come about?
Well, I was a very active Presbyterian, and Marg was Anglican, and she'd grown up in Tamworth, and they were very active in the Anglican church down there. And we used to do those rock masses in cathedrals on
everything's entertainment
on Sunday night. Well, we did, and you know, we had priests and ministers of religion across all of the religions. So to me, you know, we were all you know, all recognising the same God that was there.
Sure.
And so for me, it wasn't such a big deal. But when we wanted our children to be schooled, and we had 3 boys firstly, and then Amelia, we thought Nudgee College, seeing we were living at Aspley, would be a terrific school for them. And we'd been given some advice that we really need to get into one of the feeder schools. And so we actually started attending the Catholic Church on Robinson Road, taking the kids with us, and we actually approached the church to see if we could change our religion, and I'm very pleased we did.
That's just a lovely story too, isn't it? And as you said, a lot of the faiths got together at those, you know, services. Do you think there's a need for more of that now in this present daily climate?
Well, far be it from me to say there's a need. I think it's a great opportunity for it. And I also think there's an opportunity to do things that are relevant to young people
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
And you know, the church now, I don't think is in a terribly different position than it was back in the 70s, except that attendances at masses are probably less in number.
Yeah.
But there was that little bit of questioning about relevance for younger people. And,
Yes.
But I do think that that children today are more independent-minded. I have no doubt about that. They have so many different options of what they could do, and I think that anything that we can do to give them some vision about, you know what, it's okay to care. I think that's a really positive thing and a great opportunity. I don't think we should miss it.
What's left for Harvey Lister?
Wow, well, I got a great friend who you would know in Dennis Handlin, who runs Sony Music, who keeps saying to me, Harv, there's no finishing line. And he's right, there isn't. And so I think you just keep going. But mentoring young people in our business is the thing that I enjoy doing. I love going to our various venues, so whether they're stadiums or arenas, convention centres, theatres, and saying to the general manager, why don't you just get half a dozen of our Gen Next people? I don't need the department managers. You know, some of them, we've put them in those positions. Let's get Gen Next, the people we want to stay in our business. And why don't we sit down and have a cup of coffee, or let's take them for a beer or for dinner. And why don't we tell some war stories, you and me, because general managers normally been doing this for a while as well. And we tell them some war stories about things that we've had to confront and deal with, but that also are things that have some meaning for them and actually give them some direction in what they're doing. And I love doing that.
Can I say, I could sit here with you for ages.
Oh,
Hard work and passion, that's what you're all about, and every success to you.
Thank you, Donna.
Harvey Lister, thank you.